And hey students, it is so good to see you today. If we haven't met, my name is Cole. I am the high school pastor at the 288 campus. And man, I'm fired up that you are here at LifeGroup today. Something I say all the time is I believe that you are here for a reason, right? I believe the God of all creation has you here today to build community and deepen your faith. And I honestly think that LifeGroup is the best way to do that. This semester, the main idea that we're going to be learning in every single life group, every single video, yes, every one, meaning you should know this one thing by the end of these next few weeks is this, and I'm going to tell you this, get your pen ready, write this down, you need to hear it. The one thing we're going to be learning at Life Group is that making Christ known is the responsibility of all followers of Jesus Christ. That is the main thing. So I'm going to give you 1 second to write that down. I'm just going to sit here and just let you write that down as I kind of say words to fill in the time where you're writing that main thing down, this thing that's on the screen right now, and you're done writing. That is the main thing, right? That as a believer, you know Christ and most importantly, make him known, right? And speaking of knowing him, right, I am willing to bet that a big chunk of you went to Revive Weekend and got to know Jesus in an incredible way. Some of us probably saw who he was for the first time. Some of us were reminded of that goodness and were taught something brand new. And whichever camp you are in, whether it was your first time or your eighth time, there's one thing I think you should have in common is I think you should be excited and fired up to help others know the God that has done so much for you. And so today I'm going to encourage you to do a couple of things as we get ready to dive into this semester. The first is that you need to take notes, right? And it can be on your notebook, it can be in your phone, it can be on your hand, on your, like it doesn't matter to me where you're taking notes, you gotta take them. Bring some thoughts to your group, write down some questions. Man, what did Pastor Cole mean when he said this? Write down things that we talk about in the video. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna get the most out of life groups when that happens. The second thing is that every single week, your coaches and your leaders will have a take-home challenge for you where we're gonna be memorizing 5 books of the Bible. We're gonna be doing Paul's letters: Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, and Philippians. So memorize that, memorize it. At the end of these 5 weeks, you should have those books down in order, and it's gonna be awesome. And the next thing is our memory verse, which we're gonna be talking about here in the next few minutes. But the only reason I say that is because when you do these take-home challenges, you know God's word. And if you wanna make Christ known, then knowing his word through these verses and challenges will be so helpful to you. And so, put in the work so you can make them known. It's a God-given responsibility to all believers. But you might be wondering, why is it your responsibility, right? Why is the responsibility of Christ followers to tell others about Jesus? What makes us so special that we get to make him known? Why is it important that we do it? And these are the things that I want to talk about in the time that we have left. The fancy way to say make him known is just a word, evangelism. It's the word evangelism. It's going to be on the screen here. Evangelism is sharing the gospel. Evangelism is sharing the gospel. And if you don't know what the gospel is, it's just simply the story of Jesus and how he saved us. The first reason that we are called to evangelize and make him known, I think, is going to be found in our memory verse for this semester. Now, real quick, before I put it on the screen, fellas in the room, you are going to read the first highlighted word. Ladies in the room, you're going to read the second highlighted word, and then everybody is going to read the third. All right, so it says this in Matthew 28:18 through 20, in our memory verse, it says, "Then Jesus came to them and said, all," what, fellas? "Authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me." It says, "Therefore, ladies," what? "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." And everybody, it says what? "Teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you, and surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." And you see, there's a lot that I could dive into here with this verse, but I'm just gonna boil all those verses down, all the good stuff that it has, to this one phrase, that the first reason you need to make him known is that you are God's plan. He trusted us to deliver the message of his good news. And I don't know about you, but I love when good things get delivered to me, right? And I'll be honest, one of my favorite things that God has created on this earth is the company Amazon. I actually got something here. Ugh. Boom! Amazon. This is the best thing ever. Because look, there are plenty of things on Amazon that I don't need, but I will order it because I want it and it's great. And so what's happening is there is someone who gets paid to deliver this box to me. And I might be ordering something completely random, right? It might be some Reese's. It might be, let's see here, some hot chocolate, Swiss Miss for the win. It could be something for a hobby I like. It could be anything, right? It could be a new hat. I love ordering stuff on Amazon, but what's funny is like it's someone's whole job. It's someone's whole job to locate this item that I ordered, to pack this item I ordered, and most importantly, to deliver the thing that I ordered. And sometimes I'll order something, and I'll be sitting at home, and all of a sudden my phone dings, and I remember I ordered something from Amazon, and then all of a sudden it's like Christmas. I open the stuff up, I get all my stuff out. But the most important thing, right, whether I'm opening up a new book, something for my hobby, something for the food, whatever it is, all I know is I love when something gets delivered to me, especially when it's unexpected. And I'm thankful for the Amazon driver who did all that work to get the package to me. And I need you to know today that our whole job as Christians is to deliver the good news of Jesus. That is it. Our whole job is to deliver the good news of Jesus. That is evangelism. That's making him known. And Jesus trusted us with the responsibility of delivering this good news, the best news that anyone can get, to them. But here's the thing. If we're going to be honest, oftentimes you're probably a little bit scared. You haven't done this. A lot of us in the room probably have not made him known. Even after going to Revive and hearing the awesome stuff, you probably haven't made him known. But I need to remind you something today. That not only did God trust us to deliver his message and be part of his plan, but in fact, he commands it. He commands it. It says this in our memory verse, and we're just doing a part of it this time, and everybody will read the verses here then. Then Jesus came to him and said, all what? All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore do what? Go and make disciples of all nations. Right? It was by his authority that he told us to go and do this, to go and deliver his message, but we don't. Why? Because if you're just going to be honest with yourself today, you're afraid. You're afraid of what people are going to think of you. You're afraid of what people in the locker room and at the lunch table are going to say when you bring up the name Jesus. You're afraid of what people are how they're going to respond when you pray at the lunch table. You're afraid of what your family might think, right? About this God that you believe in, who lived for us, died for us, rose from the dead for us so that we can have life. But what happens is you let this fear hold you back from sharing the good news of Jesus, which is why the second reason you are called to make him known is, man, that God is too good. Do me a favor, go and write that down. That God is too good. He's too good. John 14:6 says this, and ladies, you're going to read the first one, fellas, you're going to read the second one, and everyone's going to read the third. Jesus answered, I am the what? And the what? I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And I'll just be honest today. Our way is not good enough. The lies that we believe are too harmful, and the life of sin that we live does not lead to the Father. You see, we don't get to heaven by living in our sin. But I'll tell you, you know the good news. You know how good God is. And so as a believer, it's your responsibility to go and make him known and evangelize to his people. You got to go tell people about the good things. You tell people about good things all the time, right? Every year, I put the peppermint shake in my sermon whenever it comes around. It's delicious. It's incredible. The reason I share it is because it's good. And so I share good things. And I'll tell you today, the gospel is the best thing. And God is too good not to tell others. And so for you, if you want your friends to have that life that you will get one day if you believe in Jesus in heaven, you need to tell them about him. You got to share about the God who is too good. And so today we learned that you are God's plan to reach his people, despite how scary it is and how afraid you are. You learned that God is too good not to share about. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys live out making him known, which is our God-given responsibility as followers of Jesus. Love y'all. Peace.